She declared herself to me wildly.
Declaration of love.
Don't make fun of me, honey.
I wasn't.
The natural or unnatural attraction of one lunatic for another, that's all it was. I was the goddamnedest prig in those days that even you could imagine. I said, let's kneel down and pray together, and so we did. We knelt down. Then all of a sudden, the kneeling position turned to a reclining position. Well, when we got up, I struck her. Yes, I did. I struck her face and called her a damn little tramp, so she ran home. I heard the next day she'd cut herself with her father's straight blade razor. Yeah, the paternal spinster shaved.
Fatally?
Just broke the skin surface enough to bleed a little, but it made a scandal.
Yes, I can imagine that it provoked some comment.
Oh, that it did. It did that. So the next Sunday, when I climbed into my pulpit and looked down over those smug, disapproving, accusing faces uplifted, I had an impulse to shake them. So I shook them. I had a prepared sermon, meek, apologetic. I threw it away, tossed it into the chancel. Look here, I said! I shouted! I am tired of conducting services in praise and worship of a senile delinquent! Yeah, that's what I said. I shouted. All your Western theologies, the whole mythology of them is based upon the concept of God as a senile delinquent. And by God, I will not and cannot continue to conduct services in praise and worship of this
Senile delinquent?
Yes. This angry, petulant old man. I mean, he's represented like a bad-tempered, childish, old, sick, peevish old man. I mean, like the sort of old man who's in a nursing home, and he's putting together a jigsaw puzzle, and he can't put it together, so he gets furious at it, and he knocks over the table. Yes, I tell you, they do that. All our theologies do it. Accuse God of being a cruel, senile delinquent, blaming the world and brutally punishing all he created for his own faults in construction. And then a thunderstorm broke that Sunday.
You mean outside the church?
Yep. It was even wilder than I was. And out they slithered. They slithered out of their pews to the shiny black cockroach sedans. And I shouted after them. Hell, I even followed them halfway out of the church, shouting after them and said, I shouted after them, go on! Go on home and close your house windows and all your windows and doors against the truth about God!
Oh, my heavens. Which is just what they did, poor things.
Miss Jelks, honey, Pleasant Valley, Virginia was an exclusive suburb of a large city, so these poor things were not poor, materially speaking.
What was the upshot of it?
Upshot? Well, I wasn't defrocked. I was locked out of the church in Pleasant Valley, Virginia, and put in a nice little private asylum to recuperate from a complete nervous breakdown, as they preferred to regard it. And then I entered my present line. Tours of God's world as a minister of God, with a cross and round collar to prove it. Collecting evidence.
Evidence of what, Mr. Shannon?
My personal idea of God, not as a senile delinquent.
Incomplete sentence.